Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great day. This is Adam with A Game Health and Fitness, and today I want to talk about something that I see very often being performed improperly. It's being performed in a way that can lead to injury, or it's just being performed in a way that's not leading to the optimal results. One of the things that I like to preach is efficient exercises, efficient repetitions, and so that means doing full range of motion and paying attention to the little details, the things that are going to make that exercise, that are going to make every single rep of every set as effective as possible, meaning that you're going to get the greatest results in the shortest amount of time. Sounds good, right? So if you continue watching, I'm going to begin to break down a push-up, the different hand positions, head placement, what's going on with the hips, so all the little details. All right, so keep watching. So the first thing that you want to pay attention to is your hand position, okay? So with a close hand position and keeping the elbows back, all right, that's going to target more of the triceps, okay? Now, if you take your hands a little bit wider and get them to be basically shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider than shoulder width, and then you're going to turn your hands in towards each other, all right? Then when you go down, your elbows are going to go out to the sides a little bit, okay? Not directly out to the sides. So if you see this from the side view, all right, the elbows are going back a little bit, okay? And then if you take the final hand placement with a wide hand placement, now with this, you're gonna really hit the pecs and the shoulders a little more. The triceps are still working, but not quite as much, all right? So going wide, elbows out wide, that does put a little more strain on the shoulder, so you do have to watch out for that, all right? So that's the deal with the hand placement. Now, the second thing that we're going to be paying attention to with push-ups to do them most efficiently is what's happening with your shoulder blades, all right? So you get yourself set up with whichever hand placement you're doing, and before you begin that descent, you want to squeeze or retract the shoulder blades, okay? That's going to keep your shoulders in a good position throughout that push-up. All right. If you forget to do that and your shoulders are rounded, they're going to tend to roll forward. All right. Similar when you're bench pressing. So in order to prevent the shoulders from rolling forward, we've got to keep those shoulder blades retracted. See, just a little bit of a movement, but that's going to make a big difference in how your shoulders are feeling from doing these exercises. All right. So that's the second tip, is squeeze your shoulder blades together on the way down. All right. Third thing that you want to look at for doing a proper push-up is your range of motion, okay? If you're only going down a little bit, number one, it's not a very effective push-up, okay? You're really not going to get too much out of that, I'm sorry to say, okay? You're much better off doing push-ups on the knees so that you're able to get that full range of motion, getting a full stretch in the pecs, the front deltoids, and the triceps. All right, now if you have a shoulder injury, then maybe push-ups aren't the best exercise, okay? A good alternative would be the dumbbell press, or using a chest press machine where you can really reduce that weight to a low enough weight that you can safely do a full range of motion pressing movement, okay? So range of motion. Now, if you're able to comfortably do push-ups with a full range of motion while you're on your toes, by all means, do them, okay? So that's the next one. The next one is your head position. Now, you want to make sure that your head is pulled back a little bit. Like you're trying to pull your face away from the floor a little bit. So get that shoulder blade squeezed. If your head's hanging down, you gotta pull that head back a little bit. Lift the chin up. and then we're keeping your neck nice and straight as opposed to letting your head hang down. And we're doing sloppy push-ups, so gotta stay aware of everything. The head position, the hand position, squeezing the shoulder blades together, okay? Next, the hips, all right? In order to prevent your hips from sinking down when you're doing a push-up, right, which also is gonna limit the range of motion, what we need to do is just lift the hips up a little bit, and we need to squeeze the glutes, tuck that pelvis up towards the rib cage. What that's gonna do is get you to engage those core muscles, okay? So that's gonna turn that regular push-up into a much more effective core exercise, right? So if the back is arched, which you can see, make sure you tilt that pelvis up. And the quick little tip to do that is just squeeze the glutes, okay? So squeezing the glutes, that's gonna get the pelvis to tuck up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, chin up, and you're ready to go. You're rock solid. You're making a straight line from your head all the way down to your feet. We're doing some very effective push-ups, all right? So if you're doing the push-ups in each of those ways with the proper hand position, squeezing the shoulder blades together, doing a full range of motion, making sure your head's in the right position, making sure your hips are set and locked, that pelvis is tucked up, the glutes are tight. You might not be able to do as many repetitions, but every repetition you do is going to be more efficient. Every set you do is going to be more effective, leading to more effective overall workout. So if you apply those points, that philosophy to every exercise that you're doing in your whole workout, you've just taken a workout that went from not being very effective, not really producing very good results, to workouts that are actually getting you closer to your goals every time. So you're gonna cut in half the time that it takes to get to your goals, all right? Now the problems with push-ups, what sort of things might prevent you, even though you're trying, might prevent you from being able to do a proper push-up? One would be lack of shoulder flexibility. So if your shoulders just so tightened up because you've been neglecting your stretching, or you really should stretch more than you should, that can lead to problems with being able to prevent the shoulders from rolling forward, okay? So number one, you gotta work on your flexibility, okay? Number two is a lack of strength in your core. So if you're trying as hard as you can to really keep that pelvis tucked up, but you just can't keep your hips from sinking down every rep, then really you need to target the core, strengthen that. If you're viewing this on YouTube, remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, bring that A game.